Okay, today is January the 12th, 2016, and we're watching the Northeast Pacific water vapor loop, and we see this large storm system approaching the west coast, California right here. And today in Los Angeles, we had very clear skies until the very late afternoon, which when I noticed what looked like some chemtrail haze way out on the far western horizon. And it looked to me, I didn't get a very good look at it, but it looked to me like chemtrail stuff off way out on the western horizon when the sun was starting to go down, probably around, uh, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock, somewhere around there. So anyway, we've got two storms. This one is approaching. It's got a we've got a HAARP transmitter right here applying heat. That's blocked most of the moisture fields so far. We've got heat right here on the back side of this front. And that is also working on this other low pressure system right here. We've got actually two low pressure systems right here and here. And then we have another storm. This is a very large storm they've been talking about on TV, which may bring some rain. It all depends on what these guys do with their control tower, with their buttons and their transmitters. So we've got this huge third system right here, which may bring some rain Saturday, is what we were told. Now, we've got a jet stream that's moving across the East Pacific, but there's a disruption right here where all of this heat is shown on the map. And we've got a disruption here, and that is going to stop some of this flow into California. They've got high pressure here and also right here, and they're working on the core of this system as we speak. We can see that here right now. All right, let's look at some of these other maps. Also, we have a Category 2 hurricane right down here. This is Hurricane Polly. And Hurricane Polly right now is moving to the south, due south. So in the last 3 days, it's moved, it was going west, and it went back east, and it went north, and now it's going south. So this is quite interesting. On January the 12th, we've got our Category 2 hurricane just southwest of the Hawaiian Islands. That's got to be a first. And by the way, we didn't hear a word about that on the news tonight. I watched a couple of different hourly newscasts on KCAL9, and of course they just ignored that like it was not even noteworthy. Why bother to mention a Category 2 hurricane on January the 12th south of Hawaii? What difference does that make? So there you have it. Free press. Okay, Northeast Pacific, we've got the rainbow loop shown. We can see that very large front moving into California, and it's very iffy what's going to happen next here, but it looks like some of this high pressure is starting to break down a little bit. The current conditions at 10:30 in Los Angeles are, in the foothills, we have a barometric pressure of 30.12 inches. The relative humidity has dropped in the last hour from 50% down to 42% just in the last hour. The temperature is sitting steady at 42 degrees, and we've got a dew point that's dropped in the last hour from 25 degrees Fahrenheit down to 21 degrees Fahrenheit. So things are changing. The skies are drying out. The atmosphere is continuing to dry out as this front approaches the Southern California area. The skies were very clear today, as I mentioned. Tomorrow could be a different story. We'll just have to wait and see what's next. They could flip switches at any time and allow this rain in. We just don't know yet. It's probably not going to happen, but we'll see what they're up to. All right, next map is the water vapor map. This is the western U.S. water vapor map, and we can see this huge front, and some of this is actually getting into the Channel Island area. We can see that in the sort of the south central area of California. This front is starting to advance, and we have this HAARP transmitter right here applying heat to this low pressure. We've got a second low pressure right there. I think this is marked as a gale on the maps. Okay, let's take a look at the. This is the rainbow loop for the western U.S. and We see that sizable front. There's a lot of rain, a lot of heavy rain, a lot of moisture in this system, which is right down in this red area here. That's a lot of precipitation. And it looks like a lot of that, most of it's going into Washington and Oregon and part of the northern part of California. All right, let's look at the jet stream. Let's take a look at that. You have a disruption, just like yesterday, right here off of California, and that's where that HAARP transmitter is parked on the back side of that front moving in. Let's go take one more quick look at that right here. Got up close, we've got right on the back side of this front, we've got a HAARP transmitter, and that is seems to be disrupting the jet stream, even though this is a jet stream is at 300 millibar, 30,000 feet, and that this feature here appears to be the problem in the jet stream. So they are manipulating our weather, and that's pretty obvious. They've been blocking one after another. These systems come in, they block them using high pressure and chemtrails. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the surface pressure map. This is the surface analysis map. And this is the storm that is moving towards the California coast. This is designated a storm. And it has a 1,000 millibar core pressure according to this map. We've got high pressure all through this entire area. We've got this cold front right here that's trying to move in. But this is the high pressure that is blocking the rain in Southern California. All this high pressure right here. All right, now we have this this is the core of that secondary, they call this a gale right here. This is 976 millibar. This is designated a storm, but this up here is the other part of this system, the large part of it, and that is noted as a gale. All right, now we have this other storm that's moving that we were looking at over here. This is moving out of the Aleutian Islands, and we have a very strong area of high pressure right here, these ridges that are keeping these two storm systems separated. This is a common feature. They do this every time to keep these from getting mixed together into a supercell, giant storm system that would cause a lot of trouble for the West Coast. All right, here is the sea level pressure. You can see that high pressure all over the place here, all through here. And that is blocking the weather moving in. We've got a high pressure out here, right over here, and we've got, I don't see, yeah, there's 20 degrees north. I don't see that here. That's down here. Okay, so here's the Hawaiian Islands right down here. There we go. Okay, next let's look at the 500 millibar. And we see an area of low pressure. This is an upper level low right here. We see some high pressure right over the Nevada, Idaho, and parts of Washington and Oregon. And we've got that storm up here. Right here, we've got two systems, this low pressure. This is the big low right up here. And that new storm, this is going to drop down and maybe bring some rain by Saturday, possibly. Okay, now here's this upper level low right here. We've got high pressure indicated right over California here. And my guess is that we will not have any rain tomorrow or the next day from this system. They've got too much high pressure, and they've got the chemtrails, the jets, the aerosols. They have that option at their disposal. So we will have to wait and see what they actually do. But I don't think we're going to see rain. There's just too much high pressure. All right, here is Hurricane Polly. This is a Category 2 hurricane, just southwest of the Hawaiian Islands, and we can see a very large blast pattern. They've been hitting this storm all day long with a microwave, and we can see the core being disrupted. There is actually two cores. They split the thing in half, hit it right in the center here, and we see this huge blast pattern. That's the rapidly expanding superheated water vapor that creates this pattern. It's like you're dropping paint on a canvas and it just makes a big splash. And that's what we're seeing here. We have a superheated water vapor that's being superheated probably by coherent microwaves, and that is causing the rapid expansion, and this is the pattern that we see from that, and that disrupts the core, and we see the color change from the blue and magenta over here to a aqua color. That's the diminishment of the core pressure, and the entire organization of that system is being broken down from those microwaves. Here is the this is the rainbow loop, the infrared loop. And we can see what's happening here. System's targeted in the center, probably right here. You see that very large blast pattern all the way around. All right, let's take a look at this now in the visible light mode. And we do see something happening right here in the last couple of frames. We do see something here in the last couple of frames of this loop. It's a shock wave. This thing is hit right in the core there, and we see a ring start to expand out radially from the center right here. And they have some overlay. The people that are processing these frames, this information, they are putting some overlay, which is hard to it's hard to see what they're covering up because it's being hidden. Okay, so that storm is being targeted. We can see that. Here is the stats on Hurricane Polly. It's a maximum sustained winds of 100 miles per hour, moving due south at 8 miles per hour with a core pressure of 977 millibar. All right, so there we have it. On January the 12th, we've got a Category 2 hurricane out in the Pacific. Okay, so that's pretty much it. We will do an update tomorrow.